Hello, welcome to a bit of a haul video because I've been buying that Doctor Who merchandise again. Oh, crazy me. But yes, I haven't bought this from eBay or Amazon. I have bought this good old box from Facebook. Mental, Facebook. So shout out to Manam for telling me about this lovely Doctor Who bundle of goodies. I don't even know what Facebook Marketplace is, but I'm very grateful for because I've got all this lovely Doctor Who stuff. I find it really mental finding Doctor Who stuff on your doorstep because I live in this really small town, like in the middle of nowhere in the countryside. So to find Doctor Who stuff literally a 5-10 minute walk down the road, mental. So I thought I'd show you the stuff what I got. So you might be wondering, how much did I pay for this? How much? And there's quite a bit of stuff within it. I paid £20. £20 for this box of Doctor Who stuff. And it's a big old size box. So I thought I'd show you what I've got. So first off is a Doctor Who poster. This is the Daleks on Westminster Bridge. I'm not gonna unbother, undoing the rubber bands because it's gonna be quite time consuming. I'm just gonna put a photo on. So there's a photo of the poster. Yeah, and it's a very nice poster from what I've seen. So there we are, there's the poster. So when you buy these bundles, you're probably gonna get stuff what you've already got. And this bundle did come with some DVDs. It come with these DVDs. It come with the complete series 1 and some of series 2 and Day of the Doctor, which is really nice. Because you never know, you might need some spare DVDs. You don't know if your original ones are going to break. So yeah, quite handy to have those. But we didn't only just get new series DVDs, we did get some classic DVDs. We got the 2 Doctors, the original TV movie, Survival, Remembrance of the Daleks and Genesis of the Daleks, which is quite nice because Genesis of the Daleks and Series 1 Volume 2 were the first Doctor Who DVDs I ever got. So that's quite nice. And Day of the Daleks, I love. I love Day of the Daleks. It's basically Doctor Who does Terminator before Terminator was a thing. Love Day of the Daleks, and I'm going to defend Day of the Daleks. It's one of my favourite Dalek stories. So that's the DVDs. The main reason I wanted to get this bundle is because of the books. But we're going to the books in a minute. We have some 50th anniversary art cards that came with the special Doctor Who magazine they did. So yeah, that's nice to have. I mean, the 6th Doctor one I got signed by Colin Baker back at a convention a couple of years ago. So it's nice to have that mint. So yeah, lovely. Can't go wrong with art cards, can you? We have a lovely VHS tin, the limited edition Doctor Who Planet of the Daleks and Revelation of the Daleks. So if we open this up, I might have to give this a bit of a clean because it's got like blue tack on it. So yeah, very nice. So inside the tin we should have Planet of the Daleks, shouldn't we? We should have Planet of the Daleks and Revelation of the Daleks. Instead we've got Time Lash. So the person who had this was a fan. He knew what stories go with where. But yeah, Time Lash, lovely. Not one of my favourite Colin Baker stories, but you know what, I'll take it. And we do have Revelation of the Daleks in there. So yeah, overall, I don't really collect VHSs, but I will say this is a very nice tin. You can appreciate a nice tin. It's a very nice tin. So before we go on to the books, we have one thing left. Before we go on to the massive pile of books, we have the Paradise of Death on cassette. Oh yes, which I'm very happy to have because it's a bit more Third Doctor merchandise, and it's just a nice little thing to have, isn't it? I mean, I do have a cassette player, so I could listen to this if I wanted to, but I have it on CD, and it's mental how expensive the Paradise of Death and the Ghost of N-Space is. Like, you look how much the CD goes for. It's quite astonishing, and it kind of makes you wonder how much, if John Pertwee did do Big Finish, how much those early Big Finishes he did would cost, because I bet you that would be gold dust. And John Pertwee for me is the Doctor of the 90s. He did so much stuff in the 90s. He did these 2 audio stories and he did so many convention appearances, Dimensions in Time. To me, he was the face of 90s Doctor Who. And honestly, these are really quite special, the Paradise of Death and Ghost of N-Space, because it's obviously the season 11 TARDIS crew. And, John Pertwee was renowned for being a radio actor. He did a comedy show called The Navy Lark, and he was, I think his nickname was, the Man of 1,000 Voices. And it really makes it kind of a bit of a shame that he never got to do Big Finish, because I feel like he would have been the first one to sign up because he was just so passionate about the show. He just loved, you know, I know they had a very good work ethic. I know Wurzel Gummidge was his baby, but I think he just adored being the character of the Doctor. And, you know, I think The Paradise of Death and The Ghost of N-Space is a great little, you know, what if Jon Pertwee did do, you know, Big Finish. And I'm sure if Jon Pertwee didn't die in 1996, we would have probably had a few more of these BBC Radio collections. So, yeah, I would love to do a video on The Paradise of Death. But yeah, really nice. I mean, it's a nice little thing to add to the Pertwee Shrine. So kicking off with the books, we have two Target books. We have the Doctor Who and the Daleks and the Auton Invasion. So I think this is the second edition of it. So yeah, it's quite nice to have. And then we have a very well-read Auton Invasion, which, you know, it's nice to know that a book had a bit of love shown to it. So yeah, nice to have those. But the main reason I wanted to get it is because of the EDAs and PDAs. So first off, we have Rags, which is a Third Doctor book, which isn't that well regarded and quite frankly terrifies me. So we have an EDA now, which is The Burning, which I just love the cover for this. I think it's just so striking, just, you know, the 8th Doctor there just surrounded by fire. Absolutely marvellous. And the books are in wonderful condition. Now, I'm a very keen on getting books to look very pristine. If the camera focus, you know, the spine literally has no creases on. It's absolutely marvellous how, you know, great condition these books are. So yeah, The Burning. Then we have a very late EDA, which is the Infinity Race, which I think is a part of the Sabbath arc. I mean, the 8th Doctor Adventures in book form has so many arcs. Got like the Earth arc, the, you know, is it Finding Sam arc, is it, or something like that? It's just got, you know, obviously the Faction Paradox. There's just so many arcs within it. But yeah, is this a sequel to Enlightenment? I don't know. But yeah, very nice, by Simon Messingham. And I think that this is part of an alternative dimension series of books. I'm not exactly sure. Next up we have Vanishing Point by Stephen Cowell. Yeah, very nice book. I know nothing about this one, actually. I think it must be one of the late EDAs. Yeah, it's one of the late EDAs, I think. Then the next book is Earthworld, which I do have the 50th anniversary reprint, so it's nice to have the original edition of it. And I love the cover, you know, Velociraptor in the TARDIS, beautiful. And that's part of the Earth arc. And we have a PDA, which is Superior Beings, which, very nice cover. I think it's the 5th Doctor and Perry story. Yeah, 5th Doctor and Perry. Yeah, sounds like a really good story, that does. Then we have the last 8th Doctor adventure book in the range, which is the Gallifreyan Chronicles, which sounds amazing. It's basically, I mean, I'll just let you read the blurb. Like, do feel free to pause, because the blurb just sounds absolutely fantastic. You know, oh, it just seems so fantastic. And it just seemed like a grand conclusion to the 8th Doctor Adventures line of books. Then we have Escape Velocity. Yeah, don't know too much about this one. Again, it's an 8th Doctor adventure. Yeah, I mean, I'm not too knowledgeable on the 8th Doctor adventure books, I'll be honest. It's kind of an area what I don't really know much on. But I know some of the basics, you know, some of the stories will link into the arcs. But yeah, Escape Velocity by Colin Brake. Then we have a PDA book. Now this is one of the books what makes this bundle worth £20. Spiral Scratch. The 6th Doctor's regeneration story in the past Doctor Adventure line. And yeah, sounds like an amazing book. Fantastic condition, as you can see. Yeah, I mean, this book alone's worth £20, so, you know, absolute bargain. So those are some of the books there. Next up we have some more books. We have Deadstone Memorial, which sounds absolutely fantastic. I think it's all about dreams, which is fantastic. You know, do feel free to pause. But yeah, it sounds like an amazing book, and I mean, I would like to read that one, actually. So, you know, I might review that for, well, I might read it for Book Corner when I do another episode of Book Corner. Next up we have The Festival of Death. Now this is a book I have read because I have the 50th anniversary reprint of it, and it's a fantastic paradoxical story by Jonathan Morris. It's one of my favourite PDAs. It's a really, really good book. Really recommend The Festival of Death, and it's nice to have the original edition because I don't have this one, so it's nice to have that to go along with my PDA collection. Then we have the Quantum Archangel, which is a sequel to the Time Monster, and I think it links into Time's Champion. It's by Craig Hinton, who I believe is a writer who does like his continuity. He's a bit like Gary Russell from what I've heard, and yeah, again, great condition, very great condition, this book. Yeah, I love the PDAs and the EDAs because just the spines, they're just so vibrant and colourful, you know, absolutely stunning. So next up we have Grim Reality, which, you know, sounds really good. It does seem like a very fairy tale style story, but yeah, we have two of these. We have two Grim Realities, and they've got a quite interesting sort of spine, because normally there would be an image there, wouldn't there? You know, you can see there'd be an image, but Grim Reality doesn't have that, so yeah, very interesting. And the final BBC book I'm going to show you from the Past Doctor and Eighth Doctor line of books is Synthespians. Very interesting, but it's got a TMI, like a trademark thing there. Very interesting, by Craig Hinton. Again, very rare book. It's not very rare. It's a rare book. It's a bit of a pricey book, and it's one of those books what I don't think you want to pay an awful lot for, because I believe it's a very bad book apparently. So yeah, very pleased to have that. The next book is The TARDIS Inside Out with John Nathan Turner. So it's basically John Nathan Turner talking about the Doctors, which is rather nice. So there we have, good old JNT there. So yeah, it's rather nice. It's got some really nice artwork within it. There's Second Doctor, Space Pirates, good old Pertwee. That was quite nice. I've read the Third Doctor section, which is really nice. Fourth Doctor, some Sontarans there. And this literally, this must have been literally when Colin Baker was made the Doctor, because it literally talks about Colin's finished filming, you know, season 22. I mean, there we go. There's the page. It talks about Vengeance on Varys. So there we go. So this must have been made in 1985, I guess. So yeah, really nice book. I didn't even know this was a thing, but you know what? Really like it. Really like it. The next book, probably one of my favourite books from the bundle, and that is Regeneration, which is basically the story behind the TV movie, which is fantastic. Which I really do like. It's got a bit of bio on Paul McGann, a bit of history on Dimensions in Time. This is really quite an interesting book. I really do recommend it. I mean, I've only had a quick flick through, and I'm telling you, it's a really good book, and it sort of tells you basically the what if, you know, what could have happened if this went to series, which is very interesting, because you've got like the concept art of what I think the Spider Daleks is. So this is kind of interesting, and obviously what the Cybermen would have been. So obviously this is just a really interesting book to have a read about, like the what if, you know, Paul McGann did get his series. So yeah, this is really good stuff. I'm really happy about this book, and it's got some really beautiful behind the scenes photos. Look at that. Really, if you can find this book, you know, do get it, because it is a really good book, and it's got a little afterword by Nick Courtney, and it's got a really charming thing. So there we go. I really recommend this book. If you can find it, get this book, because it is absolutely stunning. So the next book I'm going to show you is this, the Doctor Who Annual 1976, which is rather nice. Got a bit of a sun-bleached spine, but you know what, I don't really mind, because it is, if I can open it up, it is signed by Tom Baker. The person who sold me this didn't even say it was signed. So I'm incredibly happy. Tom Baker, I guess he got this, the person who got this signed in 2005. So yeah, really nice. Again, for £20, I was absolutely buzzing to find this. So yeah, absolutely marvellous. Brilliant. And the last thing in the bundle was the Doctor Who 50th anniversary souvenir issue of Doctor Who magazine, which is really nice. I think I've already got this, but you know, it's nice to have a spare copy. So yeah, quite nostalgic looking back at this, because I just remember getting this issue and being so excited. So there we go. That's what I got in the bundle. There we have it, my little Doctor Who Facebook haul. For £20, I've got to be honest, absolute bargain to get an annual signed by Tom Baker, and you know, a cassette of Paradise of Death, and some really rare Doctor Who books, and some DVDs, and some lovely books, like I said, and posters and art cards. You know what, it's just a really good deal, and a VHS tin. Who doesn't love a good old tin? So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. I mean, please do check out Facebook Marketplace, because you might find some Doctor Who goodies in your local area. Just super happy with this find. It's absolutely incredible. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. So thank you very much, and goodbye.